Illustrator for the web. Preparing for web delivery. GIFs, JPGs, and PNGs are the standard formats used for 2D illustrations. In addition to this, we will be also using SVG, that is Scalable Vector Graphics format, and SWF, that is Shockwave File format, when we export our Illustrator file. With its new emphasis on web production, Illustrator offers a number of features that make optimizing our work for screen delivery much easier. Before we start with how to export files and save them for web use, we will learn some web basics. Save for web. Like most standard graphics program, Illustrator now lets us optimize our graphics when we export them, offering up to 4 simultaneous views of our file, displayed with different colors and file formats for different browsers and modem speeds. We can handpick new colors and change the image size directly within the export window. There are 5 major areas in the Save for Web window: Tools, Preview, Optimization, Settings, Color Table, Image Size, and the settings along the bottom of the window for magnification, color, and alpha information, and jump to controls. To use Save for Web, select File and then select Save for Web. The default 4CP view displays the original image text to 3 other optimized views. Adjust the parameters according to our optimization criteria. On the lower right below the 4 images is a small menu that lets us preview our graphic in Internet Explorer or Netscape. In the upper right above the 4 screens is a small toggle arrow that lets us change the download rate. Click OK to save the optimized image. Importing and exporting. Importing. When we import a Photoshop file that has multiple layers, the layers are flattened and appears as one layer in the Illustrator file. We can import Adobe Photoshop files using the place command. When we export layers, we can flatten them into one layer or preserve the individual layers to we can work them with the Photoshop file. We can export Illustrator layers to Photoshop using the export command. Template layers are not exported. If the Photoshop file had multiple layers, the layers are flattened in Illustrator with the place command. The Photoshop image appears as a selected object on the layer we specified. Exporting. To use an Adobe Illustrator file in another application, we must save or export the file in a graphics file format that the other application can use. To save a file as an Illustrator file AI, an Illustrator EPS file or a PDF file, use the Save As or Save a Copy command. To save files in an optimized web format, that is JPEG, GIF or PNG, use the Save for Web command, which we have already learned in the previous session. All other file formats are exported using the Export command. In addition to begin able to save complete Illustrator files in various graphic formats, we can also export selected portions of Illustrator files using the clipboard and the drag and drop feature. Illustrator supports AutoCAD drawing, that is DWG, and AutoCAD interchange file, that is DXF, formats, and hence the files created can be exported as CAD formats. Illustrator supports exporting to meta file formats like Computer Graphics Meta File, that is CGM, Enhanced Meta File, that is EMF, Windows Meta File, that is WMF. If a file is exported as a SWF file from Illustrator, it may go directly to the web or may be imported into Flash for further editing. Shockwave files. Shockwave files or SWF. The Macromedia Flash, that is SWF file format, is a vector-based graphics file format for the creation of scalable, compact graphics for the web. Since the file format is vector-based, the artwork maintains its image quality at different resolutions and is ideal for the creation of animation frames. In Illustrator, we can create individual animation frames on layers and then export the image layer into individual flash frames for use on a website. To export for Flash, select Export from the File menu. In the Export dialog box, specify the following criteria. Save in. Select the folder where we want to save the file. File name. Name the file. Save as type. Select Flash. Select Save. In the Flash Format Options dialog box, select one of the following. AI file to SWF file exports the Illustrator file in its entirety to a single flash frame. All layers to SWF frames exports each layer in the Illustrator file into its own flash frame, creating an animated SWF. All layers to SWF files exports each layer of the Illustrator file into its own flash file. Adjust other parameters, including image format and resolution. Click OK.